Hey there, crafty friends. Welcome back to Tonic Studios. And I get to share with you the Stamp Club. This is the Delicious Desserts Stamp Club, and it's really cute. So let me show you all the stamps, all the dies, and some ideas of what you can make with them. So here is our stamp and die set. We have all of these fun, sweet images. We've got cupcakes with frosting. We've got ice cream dishes here and scoops of ice cream. And you've got some toppings that you can put on top. You've got cherries, strawberries, sprinkles, little heart images. And I think this is maybe a cookie, could be wrong. I don't have that one stamped and colored for you, but you can kind of see what all of those stamped images look like once they're stamped, colored, and cut out. Now I cut these out using the coordinating dies. These dies will coordinate with the images to go ahead and cut them out. Now some of these images here, or these dies, I used the outline piece to stamp out the stamped image, or cut out the stamped image, excuse me. But you could also use this little die to go along with it and cut out that cupcake wrapper from a different color. So there's a lot of different options for you in these sets. You get so many things. Now the die set is really awesome too, because not only does it cut out the images with the stamps, but you also have some dies that you can just use on your own. You don't have to use them with the stamps. So you also get an ice cream dish here that you can fill with scoops of ice cream, and you also get a banana, so you could create a banana split if you'd like. There's a little spoon. There's some of this topping that you can put on your ice cream scoops. There's some words here like so, sweet, and treat. And you even get a little birthday candle. So you could go ahead and stick this on a birthday card and it would be really cute. Now I've already made a card here with these stamps and dies. It is Stay Cool, It's Your Birthday, and I've just colored a lot of these images. I kept it in sort of a Neapolitan theme with the color scheme here with some chocolate, strawberry, and vanilla. And it was just really easy and fun to color these, put them on a card, and now you have a sweet birthday card that you can send to someone. So I'm going to make another card today and just kind of show you how you can use some of these things to make a really fun card. Now I got the idea for this next card from this little sentiment down here. It says shake it. So I thought, how fun would that be to put the ice cream shake on top of a shaker card? So that's what we're going to do today. I have this background that I have already ink blended. I just drew lines and ink blended it in using pinks and reds. Since I'm going to be using these sentiments Shake It and Sprinkled with Love, I thought let's make it look a little bit like a Valentine's card. So that's what I'm going for today. Now before I go ahead and build my shaker card, I want to take this little heart stamp that comes with the set, and I'm just going to stamp it randomly around the background. I kind of want this ice cream shake cup to be the centerpiece, the focal piece. So I'm just going to kind of stamp a few hearts around where this cup is going to be. And I'm using some of the hybrid, Nuvo hybrid inks. This is the color Sliced Strawberry. So that goes perfectly with today's card. Just adding a few here and there, scattering them around. Don't have to go too crazy because I am going to fill this shaker card with some more hearts. So that's probably good. Now I'm actually going to put all of my stamped and colored images on the front of my card. So I'm going to go ahead and build my shaker card right now, and it's going to be so super easy. I have some of these shaker windows, pockets, whatever you want to call them. And these are from Tonic, and they are self-adhesive on the back. It makes it so super easy to build a shaker card. So I'm actually going to make sure that my adhesive side is up because I'm going to put my background down on top of it. That way I can put all my shaker bits in the middle and I don't have to worry about them spilling out everywhere. Don't have to worry about flipping my shaker over to adhere it on the back. So I have just some of these really tiny hearts that I've had in my drawer forever. They go well with the color scheme and the whole theme of my card. So I'm not going to overfill this here, but I do want a good amount, make it look like sprinkles in the background. So I'm going to add some hearts there. And I'm also going to just take some simple, clear sequins and add those in here as well. But anything you have on hand that you want to put in a shaker card, you can do that. Doesn't have to be exactly the same as what I'm doing. Tonic has so many different kinds of glitters and sequins and embellishments that you could fill these shaker windows with. All right, so now that I have some things in here, this is the tricky part because you want to peel off the adhesive without making your shaker bits fly everywhere. So I'm actually gonna take, if you have a pokey tool or a craft knife that actually helps you peel up this adhesive backing quite easily, I'm just gonna peel off the backing on each side. And if you really wanna make sure that this shaker pouch, shaker window doesn't jump on you and all of your shaker bits don't fly all over the place, you could probably put a little bit of temporary adhesive behind it so it makes it stick onto the glass mat until you're ready to, put it all together. Now, what I love about these shaker pouches is you don't have to use a ton of foam adhesive to make your own shaker window, and they go over your whole card front. So you get the whole thing being a shaker instead of maybe just one little window or one little portion. And they have different sizes at Tonic Studios for these shaker pouches. So I'm doing an A2 size card, but there are lots of different sizes. Now there's a little line where you're going to fold this adhesive part over. I am just going to line up my cardstock as straight as possible. So I don't want it to be crooked, but even if it does end up being a little bit crooked, that's okay because it's handmade. So I'm going to go ahead and bend that over. And I'm going to turn this and do the other side. Line it up and just fold over the self-adhesive piece. And the adhesive on this is really quite strong, so it's gonna stay in place. And they have perfectly measured this out to where all sides are going to be adhered down. You're not going to get any gaps where things are falling out. Now, if you want to, you can wait till you get to this point and then fill it. That could be easy too. Either way works. I just wanted to do it first and then put everything on the sides. You can make the pocket and then fold over this last side. And then flip it over, and you can see how fun that is, that fun shaker card. Now you can go ahead and put your images inside, but I wanted to put them on the outside of this shaker card. So I'm going to take these pieces and add them to the front. Let's see. Kind of eyeball this out and see where everything's going to go. All right, I'm just going to add these with some of my Nuvo Deluxe glue. You can use this glue on a slick surface like plastic or acetate. You're just going to want to make sure that you give it a few extra minutes to dry, because a slick surface isn't as porous as paper. So the glue's not really going to sink into the paper and dry quickly. You're going to have to give it a few extra minutes. Okay. So I'm just going to let that dry and be back. And I'm just going to continue gluing on all of my little ice cream scoops here. So I've got some that I colored really simply by just adding dots of color with my markers. There's different ways that you can color, just make it fun and different. Instead of completely filling in the whole image with color, I just added some dots. So I've got some red, some strawberry, and some pink scoops of ice cream. I think that's really fun. Goes well with the whole Valentine's theme that we've got going on here. And then of course we have to put the cherry on top because it wouldn't be a proper ice cream sundae without a cherry on top. So we're going to add that right there. I think that's so stinking cute. And if you tip it a little bit, you can get a cherry on top of your 3 scoops of ice cream shake on an A2 size card. And then since this strawberry image is so cute, I'm also going to go ahead and glue that down at the bottom of this little cup. So now you have all of those fun sprinkles shaking behind this ice cream shake cup. And I'm going to add the sentiment. So to do that, I have some strips of paper here. These are just an ivory, like an off-white, and a pink. So I wanted to put sprinkled with love, and then underneath it, I wanted to put shake it because I think that goes really well with the whole shaker card theme. So I'm just going to grab a stamp block, if I can find one, and some of my black hybrid ink. And I always like to stamp this off on a piece of scrap paper first so that I can get a good stamped image on my cardstock when I'm ready to. Because sometimes with brand new stamps, your image won't stamp very well at first. You might have to stamp it a few times and really get some ink on there. And don't worry if your stamps stain, because that's actually a good thing. Stamps are created and designed to hold and transfer ink. So if they stain a little bit, that's actually a good stamp because it's holding onto that ink. So I'm going to go stamp this a few times, kind of prime it so that I get a really good image going on. And the hybrid inks from Tonic, they're actually permanent. So once you put them on there, they're not going anywhere. They're going to stay where you put them. And you can actually color with them. If you stamp your image and then you want to color, you can color with pretty much any kind of medium that you want. You can do alcohol markers, you can do colored pencils, you can do watercolor with that hybrid ink, and it's not going to smear or run. So here we have our little sprinkled with love banner, which is going to go just about here. And then I'm going to put this little sentiment that's going to say, shake it, right underneath. So I'm going to stamp that one out as well. Stamp that out a few times. Get that stamp working. And now I'm ready to stamp it onto my little banner. And I want to stamp it really close to the bottom since I'm going to layer these two sentiments together. I want some room on the top that I can put my adhesive on. All right, make sure I put the lid back on my ink. Move that off to the side here. So I think that's looking really super cute. I want to give this top sentiment a little bit of dimension. So I'm going to use some of these these are the 5mm by 5mm foam squares from Tonic Studios. Work really great for your little sentiment pieces. And I'm not putting it on the whole banner because I am going to trim this off a little bit. But I know I can put a few more here at the back side. All right, and then you just have to peel off the backing paper from these tiny little squares. And then you can adhere everything together. Just going to layer that. And then I'm going to use my scissors to trim off. Well, I'm going to wait. I'm going to put it on my card first and then trim off the end so that I know exactly how much I need. So I'm going to go ahead and put some more glue on this. Like I said, you can use the liquid glue, but you can also use the some tape runner adhesive if you have that too, because that also works on this plastic window. So I'm going to put that all across the back of my bottom piece of cardstock here. And this is going to give it a really good hold so that my sentiment doesn't fall off. Make sure I have that adhered to the cardstock. Peel off the backing paper. And if you need to, use a pokey tool or a craft knife. I don't have much for nails right now. And go ahead and stick that on your card. All right, now that it's down on my card, I'm going to flip it over and just trim off the extra. And that's going to give me a straight cut because I'm using the side of my card as a guide, and it's going to be perfectly measured to fit on my card. So then you would just take this whole piece, put it on a card base, and nobody's going to see the back side of this since it's adhered down to your card base. So I'm going to use the back side of this as just an example, stick it down on here, and you have a really fun shaker card. So here are just 2 cards that you can make pretty easily with this stamp and die set. The delicious desserts from Tonic Studios. I hope you enjoy this stamp set and this die set as much as I have. I think it's been really fun to work with, really great images for coloring, making shaker cards. So I can't wait to see what you guys do with this stamp club. If you create something, share it on social media and tag Tonic Studios so we can see what you're making. We always love to see what you're up to and all of the creativity out there. So tag us, we want to see it. And if you haven't already, make sure you like, comment, share, subscribe to this channel, tap the bell for notifications so you never miss a new video from Tonic Studios, and we will see you guys next time. Bye!